this is Valeria Rivera here, and today we're going to talk about initiatives and referendums in Arizona. And the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to know or learn more about the definitions of an initiative and a referendum. In this case, the initiative is the method by which voters can propose new laws, amend existing laws, or propose constitutional amendments by collecting signatures from qualified voters to have the measure placed on the next general election ballot. The referendum is how voters can veto a law or part of a law by gathering signatures to place the issue on the ballot for next general election. But one of the questions that always arise is how initiatives and referendums can be created. Well, Arizona Constitution has different or some steps that citizens can follow to create one of these, initiative or referendums. The first thing that they're going to do is that the applicants must first form a political committee through the Secretary of State's online campaign finance reporting system, or assign an existing political committee to act as a sponsor. And the committee must also report how much it will spend on the initiative, like the budget they're going to use during the initiative and referendum process. They will also have to file an application for a serial number with the Secretary of State's office. They need to ensure any paid or out-of-state circulators and register them with the Secretary of State prior collecting the signatures. Then they can circulate petition information and collect signatures from eligible voters. And then submit circulated petition sheets to the Secretary of State's office by the registered deadline. And finally, the Secretary of State and county recorders will process the petition and determine whether enough signatures were collected to place the measure on the ballot or not. And then all this process is subject to a court challenge and will have to be submitted 20 days after the measure is filed. Now, to compare and contrast initiative and a referendum, we have to know that in the Arizona Constitution, the person or organization putting forward the initiative must file signatures with the Secretary of State's office at least 4 months prior to the next general election ballot. If enough signatures were collected, then the proposed statutory or constitutional amendment will be placed on the next general election, and then two options can proceed. A vote yes for enacting the new law or constitutional amendment, or a vote of no for retaining the existing law. But meanwhile, in the referendum process, people must file signatures with the Secretary of State within 90 days, and when the legislature that enacted the House or Senate bill in question adjourns the session in which the measure was passed for the year, and if enough ballot signatures were collected, then the bill will be placed on the next general election. And two options can proceed. A vote yes, which means the law can go into effect, and a vote of no, and that means that the citizen veto or prevent the bill from going into effect. Now, some pros and cons of each one, which is that we're talking about initiative and referendum. So we already know that both processes allow citizens to have a participation in a direct democracy. Both processes seek for local and constitutional changes in the state, in this case Arizona, and require signature submissions from valid voters or registered voters, and must follow a few steps to file the initiative or referendum. Some of the cons are that the initiatives must be filed 4 months prior to the election, while the referendum must submit signatures within 90 days. And the state's initiative procedure has multiple steps that must follow to gain ballot access. which often lead to, a difficult road or difficult path for proposal supporters. And then, how can we explain how the initiatives and referendums support the idea of direct democracy as outlined in the Arizona Constitution? Is pretty easy, because these processes support the idea by providing a detailed procedure of how citizens can file the petition or a petition and achieve a significant change in the local form of governance. The Arizona Constitution also gives the ability to the people to make informed decisions and directly decide on ideas that have strong public support, but that have not been acted on by the government. And then with this process, the Arizona state or the Arizona Constitution can ensure that everyone is heard and beneficial changes are provided to the citizens. Well, thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great day.